Located in Bailey, North Carolina, about 20 minutes outside of Wilson, is a small museum called the Country Doctor Museum. But don't let its small size fool you. Every nook and cranny of this museum is packed full of artifacts and texts that each have their own story. The Country Doctor Museum was founded in 1967 by a group of doctors inspired by Dr. Josephine E. Newell as a tribute to their physician ancestors. In 2003, the museum's board of directors donated the museum and its collections to the Medical Foundation of East Carolina University. Going through the history of American rural medicine, the museum is separated into different sections. The first is designed to look like an apothecary shop, which is an early pharmacy. This show globe would have been the sign of the apothecary. There were various vials and bottles of early medicine, as well as homemade cure-alls, which were often more poisonous than healing. They also had different types of bloodletting tools, such as leeches and different knives. The next area was a doctor's office, complete with the physician's desk and ledger to record payment for services. The collection also had tickets to medical lectures at different universities, which is how early doctors earned their degrees. The next area had early nurses' uniforms, including one for the military and an evolution of nurses' caps. The room also held dentistry artifacts that ranged from the dentist chair to early teeth-cleaning tools. Outside, the museum has a medicinal herb garden and the carriage house. Many herbs and plants are set up around the garden with signs that tell what the herb is and what ailment it was used to cure or help relieve. Inside the carriage house are the vehicles the early doctors used to travel around and make house calls, starting with the horse and buggy and evolving all the way up to automobiles. These vehicles were all owned and operated by early North Carolina physicians. Also inside was a timeline and artifacts relating to polio, including leg braces and a machine called the iron lung used to help move the diaphragm to aid with breathing. After my guided tour, I spoke to Jan Gwaltney, a docent of the museum for 4 years, about why people should visit the Country Doctor Museum.
We tell a story about our history, the American rural medicine, country doctors, and making house calls, and we show a lot of the things that are really gone. They're in the past. You don't hear about doctors coming to your house when you're sick. Or seeing the way they traveled around with the cars and the buggies. So I think it's an interesting story.
If you don't want to miss out on this intriguing story, the museum is open year-round for guided tours Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 4. A trained docent leads tours of the exhibits every hour for 45 to 60 minutes. Admission is $5 for adults, $4 for seniors 55 and up, and $3 for students ages 3 to 18 with a valid student ID. Come and schedule your tour today. This is Shannon Casto reporting for WEDT.